What's up, guys? It's Victoria from Under Victoria's Spell, and today I'm going to be talking about my October monthly wrap-up, the second half of it. And there's not a lot of books, so this should probably be a really quick video. This month was just really slumpy for me, and I'm hoping for a better month next month. So let's talk about the few books that I read in the second half of October. Okay, so I only read 4 books in the last half of October, and the first 2 books I'm going to be talking about was actually part of a reading vlog that I already posted. So if you want to watch that, it is the Small Town Romance reading vlog. It was a lot of fun to do. And the first one was All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. This was my first book that I ever read by this author. And I knew it was a small town romance, which is something I enjoy, but I don't read enough of. So it's a very long book, so I was a little nervous about getting it done in time. But the slow burn in that romance was so freaking good. I thought I was gonna hate it at first because we were getting to like 35 and 45% in and nothing had happened. But honestly, like after reading and getting to the point where the hero and the heroine get together, I really understood why it took that long for them to get to that place, and I absolutely loved it. I loved our heroine and the journey that she went through from moving back to somewhere that brought her a lot of memories, and also her relationship with our hero, who has a complicated past, especially dealing with his family. So I had a lot of respect for both of these characters, and I really enjoyed the journey that they went on together. It was so good. I'm probably one of the last people that has never read this book, but if you haven't read it, it follows our heroine as she moves back to her hometown after a tragedy occurs in her family, and she's kind of just wanting to start over due to that tragedy and also some things that have happened in her life. And she ends up renting a apartment, and the person that she rents it from, his son is actually the one that rented it out, and he didn't know about it. So the hero is definitely very grumpy, and our hero is in law enforcement, so he kind of has that like tough exterior and a little bit interior. So it's their romance together because our heroine is such a bubbly person and an upbeat person, and our hero is so grumpy. I just love that back and forth between the two characters. Such a good story. If you have not picked it up, you definitely need to. Grumpy Sunshine. A little bit of forced proximity because they're on the same property, but it's definitely kind of like a hate to love, just a little bit, and it's just so good, so you need to pick it up. And the next book that I picked up for that small town romance reading vlog was Flawless by Elsie Silver, one of my most anticipated reads of the year because everyone was talking about it, and I was like, I just need to pick it up. I've been in the mood for a small town romance, like let's just pick this up. So it was really good. I ended up rating it 3.5 stars and rounding it up to 4 on Goodreads. And I don't know if I really just like let the hype get to me, or I was still just reeling from reading All Roads Lead Here and the dynamic that it was between those two characters. But like, it was a good romance. Like, I didn't think that it was a bad romance. I just didn't think that it was like, oh my gosh, this needs to win like all the awards. And I don't know if I really just read it at the wrong time because I know how many people love it. So, but it was still really good. Like, I really loved the hero and the heroine story. I thought it was really, really good. I liked the aspect of the forced proximity, the bad boy and the good girl. Like, I really did like the element. I just didn't think it was anything like super, super special. But it follows our hero as he is a bull rider, and he has recently gotten into some trouble based off things that got leaked to the media. So his agent brings in another agent at the firm, which is our heroine, and she is pretty much tasked to be his babysitter to make sure he doesn't do anything to get him in any more trouble and for him to lose any more sponsors. So it's their romance, forced proximity, you know, grumpy sunshine again because our heroine is a very positive person and our hero is very grumpy. And it's just like their banter back and forth from each other. It reminds me a lot of A Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks, which I said in my vlog. But it was different, you know, because, you know, they're working together. But overall, it was a really good book. I still want to pick up Heartless, which is book number 2, which follows Kate and Willa. And I'm really excited about that one. I know some people prefer that book over the first one. So I'm still going to pick up stuff by Elsie Silver. Still really liked her writing. And maybe I just need to reread Flawless at a different time and it'll be a 5-star read. But the third book that I picked up was actually another one that I DNF'd. Like I said, DNFs have just been after me this month, or I've just been in a really weird reading mood. But I decided to pick up A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, and it's by Ashley Moon, I think. I'm not sure. It'll be on the screen right here. And I was so excited about this because it was a reverse harem romance. It was paranormal, so perfect for spooky season. And I was just so excited. Picked it up and I literally could not tell the time period that it was set in. Like, I was pretty sure that it was historical, but I don't read historical romances. I was like, I have no idea what is going on right now. But I really love the concept of it. I loved like how our heroine was just like totally okay with herself and her sexuality and the things that she enjoyed during her personal time. Like, I was totally here for it. I was like, yes, a heroine who just knows what she wants. And I loved the setup of like her going to this manor and pleasing different men and then being from like a paranormal like romance world, you know, like I'm totally here for that. And I was liking it. It was going good. And then we get introduced to the ghost hero and the stone hero. And I was like, okay, I just can't get into this. I was like, I'm normally like totally into something freaky and kinky. But for me, I was like, I just can't. This is just like smut times 10 with no plot. I don't even know where the time period is. So I was just a little overwhelmed. So I decided to DNF it at 38%, I believe. And I'm really excited because I wanted to like it, but I was just like, I cannot read this. I just can't. So, DNF that one. And I was just really discouraged after reading that book. And I was like, dang, I really just want to pick up something that I'm going to fall in love with. Like, please let me find a book. And I was like, I really enjoyed Mariana Zapata. I want to read more of her. I know they're longer books. So I know that A Wall of Winnipeg in Me or something, that was leaving. So I decided to pick that one up because once it was gone off Kindle Unlimited, I would probably never pick it up at the store. So glad I did. It was a 5-star read. It was so good. It was so different than I expected it to be. I was so here for it. And it's a sports romance. I do enjoy sports romances, and it was done so well, so different than any other sports romance that I have ever read. Loved it, loved it, loved it. It follows our hero who has his secretary, something around there, and it's our heroine, and she is trying to quit her job because she hates how she's treated and she wants to start her own graphic design business. And so she finally decides to quit after all the treatment and just goes for kind of her own business. And our hero wants her back because he hates pretty much everyone, doesn't talk to anyone, doesn't have a relationship with anyone, but she has been the most consistent person in his life. And not only does he want her back, but he actually needs her back for a specific reason, dealing with his residency in the United States because he is from Canada. So it is their friends and enemies to lovers romance. It was so good. It is forced proximity, arranged marriage, and definitely a hate to love grumpy sunshine. I absolutely loved it. It was definitely what I needed to finish up the month of October, and it definitely made me in the mood for some more sports romances, and that's definitely what I'm hoping to get to in the month of November as well, maybe doing a sports romance reading vlog. But it was a great way to end the month. But overall, I did have a pretty good reading month. I did find some new favorites, got to try some new authors, and I'm really thankful for that. But please let me know how your October reading month went, if you've read any of these books, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye!